Hi, I'm Dianna Dingman. I help buyers and sellers in Southern California. And every time I have a buyer in escrow, they want to know, what are my rights to cancel? So I only can tell you from a California standpoint. I'm only licensed in this state, so you need to check if you're out of state with your agent. But in California, let me give you the basic contingencies under which you can cancel a real estate agreement. And all of these can only be canceled before you sign the form that says removal of all contingencies. So from the top, let's talk about all your contingencies. Loan. If you're borrowing money, you have the right to get a loan approval. Appraisal. The house should appraise for what you offered. Seller's disclosures. You have the right to look at what the seller tells you about the property, question it, and either accept or reject the property based on that information. Title report. You're going to get a report that tells you about the title of the property and the history of any liens or encumbrances on the property. If you don't like what you see, that's a right to cancel. Your own physical inspections. You have the right to do non-invasive inspections of the property. You can't open up their walls. You can only look on the superficial level, and if you have to go deeper, you'll need seller approval. If you're selling a property in order to buy someone else's house, then that's also a contingency. And you want to make sure that you leave that in for the whole escrow period. Your house has to close escrow before you can close escrow on your new purchase. You also have the right to review disclosures from the Homeowners Association if there is one. And you want to make sure you look at those really well. Another really important one are leased or liened items on the property. So if somebody has solar panels on the roof, really popular in Southern California, you need to make sure you understand the terms of that lease and how those contracts work for those panels that are now on your new roof. So these are the basic items where you can cancel a contract in California. You always want to know your contingency period, so that's from the time you start escrow till the time you must sign off and say, I'm 100% committed on this house. Make sure you don't sign the removal of all contingencies until all of those concerns have been met. You'll work with me if you're my clients before I'll ever have you sign it, and if you're not in my area, you need to make sure that you work with your agent before you ever sign that form, because once it's signed, your deposit's at risk. Prior to that, you can cancel. And with any legal and binding contract, you want to make sure you have the right legal advice and tax advice before you sign the removal of all contingencies. I hope this information was helpful to you today. I know that buying a house can be very stressful, and we want to make sure that we plug all your worry holes and make sure that you feel comfortable going forward on any real estate transaction.